In Chapter 13, we are switching gears and looking at the art and science of marketing. Marketing is defined as the process by which companies create value for customers and build strong customer relationships in order to capture value from customers in return. The idea of value, the exchange of value, and lasting relationships are essential elements of successful marketing. In addition to goods and services, marketing applies also to not-for-profit organizations, people, places, and causes. Marketing plays an important role in society by helping people satisfy their needs and wants and by helping organizations determine what to produce. Individuals and organizations have a wide variety of needs. The definition of a need is when a gap exists between your current state and your desired state. For example, if I am hungry and I want to feel full, I have a need for food. It's important to realize that companies do not influence your needs, they influence your wants, which is how you are choosing to satisfy your need. For example, if I am hungry, am I okay eating a nutritional bar, getting something off of the dollar menu at a fast food restaurant, or do I want to go to a 5-star restaurant? Any of those methods will satisfy my need, and marketing tries to influence my want. To encourage the exchange process, marketers enhance the appeal of their products and services by adding utility. Utility is defined as something of value to the customers. When organizations change raw materials into finished goods, they are creating form utility desired by consumers. So when I worked on nutritional bars, I put the bar ingredients in a form that was pleasant for the consumer. That added form utility because I could have added them whey protein and corn syrup and the vitamins all separately, which for most people would not taste good and they do not want it. In other cases, marketers try to make their products available when and where customers want to buy them, creating time utility and place utility. The final form of utility is possession utility. The satisfaction that buyers get when they actually possess a product, both legally and physically, reflects possession utility. Today's most successful companies tend to embrace the marketing concept, which is the idea that companies should respond to customers' needs and wants while seeking long-term profitability and coordinating their own marketing efforts to achieve the company's long-term goals. A lot of companies will conduct market research, which is the process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information about customers, competitors, and other related marketing issues. To implement the marketing concept, companies must have good information about what customers want. This is a challenge because today's customers, both individual consumers and organizational buyers, are a diverse and demanding group with little patience for marketers who do not understand them or will not adapt business practices to meet their needs. As I just mentioned, there are two types of market. One is the consumer market and one is the organizational market. The consumer market is also sometimes called B2C for business to consumer. This is when companies are trying to sell their product to the individual consumers, such as the iPhone or grocery items. The other market is the organizational market, which is also sometimes referred to as B2B or business to business. These are businesses that sell to other businesses and not always to the direct consumer. For example, when I worked for the flavor company, the typical consumer cannot go out and buy the flavors off of the shelf. We sold mainly to other businesses who used our products to make food that they then sold to the individual consumer. Think about several purchase decisions you've made recently or might make in the near future. What sort of process did you follow to arrive at the specific choice you made in each case? This slide demonstrates what's known as the classical consumer decision-making process. As you can see, it says that there is a need recognition, an information search, an evaluation of alternatives. The purchase is then made, and then there is a post-purchase evaluation. This classical rational model serves as a helpful starting point, but researchers now realize that consumer behavior tends to be far less logical and far more complicated and interesting than this model displays. Throughout the buying process, various factors may influence a buyer's purchase decision. An awareness of the following factors and consumer preferences enables companies to appeal to the group most likely to respond to its products and services. The cultures and subcultures that people belong to shape their values, attitudes, and beliefs and influence the way they respond to the world. Socioeconomic class also influences this. In addition to being members of a particular culture, people also belong to a certain social class. In general, members of various classes pursue different activities, buy different goods, shop in different places, and react to different media. A reference group consists of people who have a good deal in common. Individuals use the opinions of the appropriate group as a benchmark when they buy certain types of goods and services. Situational factors include events or circumstances that can influence buying patterns. Such factors might include having a coupon, being in a hurry, celebrating a holiday, being in a bad mood, and so on. And finally, self-image. The tendency to believe that you are what you buy is especially prevalent among young people. Marketers capitalize on people's need to express their identity through their purchases by emphasizing the image value of goods and services. A focus group includes group discussions guided by a facilitator designed to uncover issues about a product that might require further study. This may also involve getting feedback about a product prior to or just after launch. When I was in the flavor industry, we would have focus groups come in and give us feedback on different products we were making. This was very helpful because as good as we were at tasting, for example, I could not taste like a 5-year-old does. So sometimes we would ask people to bring their children in and taste some of our products in order to gain realistic and relevant feedback. With insights into your customers' needs and behaviors, you're ready to begin planning your marketing strategies. Strategic marketing planning is a process that involves 3 steps: examining your current marketing situation, assessing your opportunities and setting your objectives, and developing a marketing strategy to reach those objectives. We will discuss each of these in the next few slides. The first step, examining your current marketing situation, includes reviewing your past performance, evaluating your competition, examining your internal strengths and weaknesses, and analyzing the external environment. The external environment includes factors such as economic conditions, natural environment, social and cultural trends, laws and regulations, and technology. After you've examined the current marketing situation, you're ready to assess your marketing opportunities and set your objectives. Successful companies are always on the lookout for new marketing opportunities, which can be classified into these four options. Selling more of your existing products in current markets is called market penetration. An example of this is when a company that sells soup provides a recipe on the label. This is to help you out, but it is also a way to sell more of their current products in their current markets. Creating new products for your current market is new product development. An example of this would be when Apple came out with the iPad. They were trying to sell initially to the same users who liked their iPhone. Selling your existing products in new markets is geographic expansion. An example of this may be if Kroger buys another store on the West Coast and sells their products in that market. And finally, creating new products for new markets is called diversification. When Apple first came out with the first touchscreen smartphone, they did this. They created new products for new markets. Diversification is the most risky. Using your current marketing situation and your objectives as your guide, you're ready to move on to the third step. This is where you develop your marketing strategy, which consists of dividing your markets into segments and niches, choosing your target markets and the position you'd like to establish in those markets, and then developing a marketing mix to help you get there. We will talk about each of these on the next few slides. A market contains all of the customers who might be interested in a product and can pay for it. However, most markets contain subgroups of potential customers with different interests, values, and behaviors. To maximize their effectiveness in reaching these subgroups, many companies subdivide the total market through market segmentation, grouping customers with similar characteristics, behaviors, and needs. We are going to now look at some of the ways that they can be grouped and segmented into these different markets. When you segment a market using demographics, the statistical analysis of a population, you subdivide your customers according to the characteristics such as age, gender, income, race, occupation, and ethnic group. While demographic segmentation is the study of people from the outside, psychographics is the analysis of people from the inside. This focuses on their physiological makeup, including attitudes, interests, opinions, and lifestyles. Finally, when differences in buying behavior are influenced by where people live, it makes sense to use geographical segmentation. Segmenting the market into different geographical units, such as regions, cities, counties, or even neighborhoods or countries, allows companies to customize and sell products that meet the needs of specific markets. After you have segmented your market, the next step is to find the appropriate target segments or target markets on which to focus your effort. Companies that practice undifferentiated marketing, which is also called mass marketing, ignore differences among buyers and offer only one product or a product line to satisfy the entire market. This strategy, which concludes that all buyers have similar needs that can be served with the same standardized product, was more popular in the past than it is today. By contrast, companies that manufacture or sell a variety of products to several target consumer groups practice differentiated marketing. This approach is what Toyota uses with the Scion brand, which is aimed at young buyers, the Toyota brand for its core audience, and the Lexus brand for those wanting a luxury car. Differentiated marketing is a popular strategy, but it requires substantial resources because you have to tailor products, prices, promotional efforts, and distribution arrangements for each customer group. After you have decided which segments of the market to enter, your next step is to decide what position you want to occupy in those segments. Positioning is the process of designing a company's offerings, messages, and operating policies so that both the company and its products occupy distinct and desirable competitive positions in your target customers' minds. A vital and often overlooked aspect of positioning is that although marketers take all kinds of steps to position their product, it is the customers who ultimately decide on the positioning. They're the ones who interpret the many messages they encounter in the marketplace and decide what they think about each product. In their attempt to secure favorable positions, marketers can emphasize such variables as product attributes, customer service, brand image, price, and category leadership. After you've segmented your market, selected your target market, and positioned your product, your next task is to develop a marketing mix. A firm's marketing mix, often called the 4 Ps, consists of product, price, place, and promotion. Sometimes place is replaced with the word distribution. When positioning products for target markets, you need to consider the 4 marketing mix elements plus the external environment, that is competition, economics, nature, politics, and so on. The most basic marketing mix element is product, which covers the product itself plus brand name, design, packaging, services, quality, and warranty. Price is the amount customers pay for the product, including any discounts, and is the second major component of the firm's marketing mix. Place, which is sometimes referred to as distribution, is the third marketing mix element. It covers the organized network of firms that move goods and services from the producer to the consumer. This network is also known as marketing channels, marketing intermediaries, and distribution channels. Finally, promotion, the 4th marketing mix element, includes all of the activities the firm undertakes to communicate and promote its products to the target market. This slide recaps distribution, which is the place part of the 4 Ps in the marketing mix. Distribution covers the organized network of firms that move goods and services from the producer to the consumer. Again, this network is also known as marketing channels, marketing intermediaries, and more commonly, distribution channels. This concludes Chapter 13. Please let me know if you have any questions.